Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Plat Mercy. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that really does help me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see rates, become part of the community, see what sort of events, promos we have going on, all sorts of cool stuff. Okay, so we have ourselves a Mercy, and we have an Ash and Junkrat, plenty of good targets to boost here, and our partner is a BAP. Cool. Okay, let's see how you're going to do this.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Usually, yeah, there you go. You've got it now. Usually you'd be doing the slow fall behind this to keep line of sight broken. I'm a little surprised that you didn't take a look that way to see if you saw any flankers, etc. One of the pieces of Mercy's kit that you do want to take advantage of is, yes, you want to keep lots of allies on your screen at once, so you have lots of Guardian Angel targets, you can see who needs help, etc. But you also want to sort of check flanks, etc., because you don't have to look at the person that you're interacting with your staff, be that heal or boost, to do the healing or boosting on them. So you do want to take windows to pretty regularly check flanks, check places where, oh, could there be a, widow that popped up here? Could there be a ball or a tracer rolling around here, etc. Fine. Again, I would like a little bit of a check back here every once in a while to be like, hey, is there a tracer? Is there a Genji? Like, is there a Sombra? All those things. There's our first check. I'd actually argue you stayed on that Ash too long. So if we look at this, I get why you wanted to heal the Ash. Okay. That's fine. You're healing him up. He's in a lamp. You're healing him up. Here you're looking at the Ash. The Ash has about 60% health. I don't mind you turning to start healing, but you should immediately be turning to look. Is there something more critical? Is there something more important? Because Ash isn't really in danger. Ash has partial cover against the rest of their team. These guys are being looked at by the dangerous stuff, etc. Like this, I look at it and go, your Ash is okay. I would love to heal her up, but now that you've turned, which we would have liked to happen about half a second ago, we can see that, hey, it's going to be more critical that we heal our BAP if we can, or we heal, probably our BAP in this situation. So hopefully you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to have to use the Zarya to do it based on the targeting options. It depends what your sensitivity is, but this is probably going to be a case of, hey, Smitic. This is probably going to be a case of, hey, you Guardian Angel super boost, or you Guardian Angel super jump over to your BAP. You try to heal him a bit. You try to drift a little this way. If you can't, no big deal. You drift back this way, and then you swap targets again, and then you can go back to your Ash if you want. But your Ash is relatively okay. You're going to get another chance to go on her, etc. I would go over here. Even with the lamp, I would say, hey, let's go over here. Let's start doing some work over here because that bubble's not going to last very long. The Zarya was not the priority. There we go. Now you can swap back to Zarya. That's fine.
Get them off me.
I mean, that's not what I was saying, Semitic, but okay. It had much more to do with the BAP was actually in more danger than the Zarya. Like, the BAP was actually missing both a bigger percentage of their life, and they had less total. Well, I guess they were missing a bigger percentage of the life, and therefore also had lower total life than the Zarya. They were just in more danger. And the Ashe was relatively safe where they were. So it really was just calculating the risk people are in, it was the BAP.
I'm taking care of you. Damage increase.
Oh, you missed your window there. You had a window to use your BAP to jump past over here and immediately lose this, and this isn't going to be as good because your Ash isn't as far away. In fact, you might be gone unless they hit the coach gun.
I'm with you. You needed a doctor?
Well, the thing is, it's Lucio's job to protect you, so like, and not as Mercy. I mean, you don't really want to run Mercy Lucio, but generally, if you're running Lucio, Lucio is the main support spot, and they're a little more of the peel-heavy hero. You're expecting them to peel for you. They're gonna need less peels. They still get some help from their partner, etc., but that's less their role. Oh boy. Are we gonna check to our right?
Damage boost.
No?
Engage.
I'd be worried that Genji's coming up over the side.
Where does it hurt?
No, no.
Heroes never die.
Ew. Yash is back here with 1 health. I just don't like that Rosaria dropped here, to be perfectly honest, and is sort of forcing you guys to take this bad fight. Like, this was a mistake. I just hate taking this fight here so much, but am I okay with this, Valk, given that you did take it here? Okay. I mean, I guess you can do this, but your Ashe isn't going to be in this fight. You're going to have to pay super attention to when she comes back and you can heal her. You're not going to be able to boost damage at all because your tanks are separated. You're just healing. Yeah, okay. I just don't like taking the fight here. I would have much preferred that you let this roll and take the fight here, but you don't control your tanks. Okay.
Let me get you patched up. Let's get
Good
you
job
back in
lifting
the
during that. Okay, so we want to switch our tether. The Ashe is fine. We want to switch our tether to where it's going to get the 3. Okay. Okay.
healing stream engaged.
It took all of our ults, and it definitely didn't need all of our ults, but hey.
You needed a doctor?
Stay on the Ashe, please.
Peak performance.
Cesaria's fine. Keep boosting the Ashe.
I could use some.
Fine. Chunk.
Well done. Let me get you patched up.
Don't follow them down there. Don't do it. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Damage increase.
I don't really love boosting. Okay, so what does your Winston have? Your Ashe is in a useless spot. Your Junk is taking a fight that he's not going to win at that range. Okay, I guess boosting your Winston is going to be correct. Okay, stop boosting your Winston and boost your Ashe again. Okay. Boost your BAP. Nope. Oh, that's purple. Can't heal it. Boosting your Winston, unless he's got a big multi-zap of people going, isn't as good as boosting your BAP, as boosting your, isn't as good as boosting your Ashe. I can live with boosting the Winston over the BAP if he's got any level of cleave going on. If your Winston has a lot of cleave going on, sure. But really you are looking for, hey, let me get this maximum value, let me get these damages, etc. And it's, like, you can switch to who's doing the most damage, etc. But I do want you to make sure you're finding the heroes that do a good job of putting out damage. Okay, here's our this. Yeah, you didn't even have room to super jump. You were just boned. Okay. We have some positioning adjustments to make. I mean, if we were really being serious, we would look at this and go here. And Plat, all the keys are linked. I hear you.
Well done. Let me get you patched up.
I don't like this.
Damage increased.
I would prefer that you boost your Ashe and let your Ashe just win this. Like, that's more interesting to me than what's going on down here. I don't care that your Zarya says they need healing. A, you're not going to get to them in time, though you don't know that. B, your Zarya needs to stop being down there. Full stop. But hey. And because you weren't pocketing your Ash, she's leaving. We did this already. What we wanted to do was adjust your positioning. I just don't even like that you're here. Like, I'd like you to hop right back up here and be boosting these people from here. Like, I just don't care about your Winston in there. It's not your job to be healing your tanks. You have a BAP who can heal your tanks. Yes, your Winston is in a bubble that's annoying, etc. But your BAP is going to do most of the tank healing. I want you in this comp focusing much more on can I get important damage boosting out. And you have an Ashe and a Junkrat. So again, you really shouldn't be spending much time on healing your tanks like this. Right, I was saying, I mean, we already did. Like, you could have stayed up here. You could have super jumped off your Ashe up to here. You could have gone up to your Junkrat to here, too. Like, all of those were better options than working from here, which was putting you in line of sight of the opponents, and now puts you in line of sight of a dragon showing up in your face. Yeah, damage boosted Ashe is absolutely still a good damage boost target. Yes, it's not the one-shot headshot anymore, but it's still very good.
A speedy recovery. You needed a doctor?
Oh. Tried to do car wash, and it meant we didn't get an actual good hold. Okay. Can we not be down here? That's a zero energy Zarya. Zero energy Zarya isn't going to do anything. Boost the McCree. Boost the McCree. Boost the McCree. That's not a McCree. That's a Winston. Still not a McCree. Why are you healing your Winston? Boost your McCree. Electric is your Zarya? Your Moira's down, so I'll tolerate it. But, like, there's so much boost we've missed out on here. Okay, you're McCree. Good, good. Good. Fine. No. Okay, you're going to heal that for less than a second, then you're going to toggle to the McCree for about a second, and then you're going to toggle back. Ready? Good. Okay, you're kind of boned. You're kind of stuck on the McCree. Good patience to not pop Velk there. This was over. Just leave. Okay, so like, seriously though, you need to go, hey, I have another support. My other support is playing BAP and Moira. Those are bigger tank healers than I am. I need to be looking and going, hey, can I get boost on McCree? Can I get boost on Ashe? Can I do more enabling stuff? Yes, I'm happy to heal my Moira, and a lot less of the, oh, I need to be babysitting my tanks. I know it feels like you have to, but part of why it's feeling like you have to, part of it is you go do it early. You go start healing tanks early, which means you put out less damage pressure with your McCree, with your Ashe, which gets you guys in more trouble, so you have to heal more. And then, you know, people go down, your Moira goes down, etc. Like, as an example of this, back here, if you'd been boosting your McCree would have chipped them harder on the way in. Would you still then have maybe had to go into heals? Yeah, probably, but like, it really does add up. Let's get in here. We're just staggering into bad fights.
We still need you.
Okay. Okay. So the Moira's healed. Great. I like that. Now your Moira's healed up. You don't have to worry about him. And you're going to not damage boost the Zarya. As soon as this McCree opened the angle, boost the McCree. Please boost the McCree. Please boost the... That's not a McCree. If you want to heal that the tiniest bit so that they won't heal themselves with Orb, that's fine with me. But please don't... Yeah, you saw the threat back there. That's good. This is worthless. This is absolutely worthless. That's not a damage boost. Yes, I know they're missing a little bit of health. I don't mind if you get them back up to 80, but I want damage boost. They're fine. Damage boost. Instead, you... Oh, my goodness. Damage boost. Damage... No! Okay, it's a damage boost, but this target can't see anything. This is your damage boost target right now because your Ashe doesn't have line of sight on anything except this. Like, now that she's shooting herself up here, maybe you're going to damage boost her, but this is no.
Let me
And
get you
you're going to
patched up.
cave and instead heal the Moira. Mm-hmm.
Your support has arrived.
Good, good.
Don't stop now. Healing stream engaged.
Why is this still on heals? You have to be way fast. This is Plat, really? You have to be way faster on the swap here.
Damage increase.
Power grows. Now see what I can do.
Right beside you.
I'm sorry, where did you just lose him to? Oh, he went over here. Okay. Yeah, Zarya's your best option until you can get a better sight line, but you should be working hard to get a better sight line. Like, your Zarya's here, but I am way more interested in, can I angle to get up to my Ashe? Like, that's going to be way better for their initial entry. That's going to get you more damage. Please get over to your Ashe. Are you asking them to peek you? Are you using your Winston to go, I'm going to GA to you, and then I'm going to turn and GA to you? Or your McCree to GA to him, which is actually, a valid target that he can shoot from here, and then GA over to here? Like, please? It's okay to do this as a two-step process. No. No!
Allow me to repair the damage.
Fine. It hurts, man. It hurts. Pretty sure you could have landed on this if you'd wanted, but hey. Yeah, Semitic, that's what he ultimately tried to do. Ultimately didn't work out, but hey. See, that's not because this is bad positioning up here. Far from it. You can easily tuck down over here, crouch, etc. It's because you took a freaking eternity to get up here. We had 3 different ways. We had, we could ping pong off Winston, we could ping pong off McCree, or we could super jump. We tried the super jump, but we tried the super jump super late, and we didn't drift far enough over here. And clearly, we didn't communicate, hey, peek right, etc., anything like that. Or if we did, they're not in voice chat. I can't know which, but hey. I could be boosting Sombra for more value than this. Ooh.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der Arbeit.
Surrender to my will.
You need it again?
We have a Winston. We have a Moira. We have a Moira. Where is someone better to boost? Do we have anyone alive better to boost? We might not have anyone alive better to boost. Okay. I'll live with it, but I'm going to want you swapping over to that Ashe or McCree real soon. We going to Valk as soon as our respawns are here? Okay. So we should have already swapped to Zarya. And where did our Ashe get to? Oh, our Ashe is up here in a wonderful place. In a wonderful place for us to just go, hey, I'm going to damage boost Ashe. That would be so much better. It would be lovely. Let's do it. Or, if we want to pop Valk, this other team is committed. We could totally pop Valk. Let's pop Valk. Let's pop Valk. Maybe not after we grab, but
Heroes never die.
I can't be too upset because it was good timing. You were just an instant late. You're going to flip to that real quick. I don't know if you're going to be able to bounce up to the Ashe, so you're going to want to damage boost the 3 of them down there instead. Yeah. Flip for just a moment to heal your Moira. Literally just a moment. Slow switch to your Moira there.
I got you.
Leave him. Seriously, leave him. Okay, now that your Moira's there, you can get enough value out of it. But it should have been damage boosting, not healing once your Moira showed up. How did you lose your primary pocket target while you were Valking?
Damage amplified. Where does it hurt?
Okay. I heard her take damage here, did you? I heard her take damage again. and she hasn't moved from where we originally left her. So this is an easy check. We got to have that super awareness of preferably where everyone on our team is, but we especially want to have that awareness of the people that we're more responsible for. And again, that is not your tanks. It's not. You have a Moira. I don't mind you going over and healing your tanks between fights, healing your tanks when that's the best place for value, etc. But I do want you more aware of your DPS,
Don't let up on them. Thanks.
specifically the ones that you can pocket well.
I owe you one.
Yeah, there is a lot of steal and ult charge from Moira going on here. Super Jump is a really nice tool for people who don't peek you. No, I agree, Semitic. Steal and ult charge from Moira, we covered that. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Because it's the sort of thing where we can net more total ult charge for our team by boosting than by healing something Moira would have healed. But there is also something to be said for, hey, we're preserving Moira's resource between fights. Problem is a lot of this is happening not between fights.
Thanks. Thank you.
Let me get you patched up.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Good. Now you can heal him. You can heal him until he breaks line of sight. Okay, now go back to boosting. That's way too long on heals. That's way too long on heals.
You should be at peak performance.
Seriously, that was way too long on heals. Like, you have to be toggling from your heals over to your damage faster when you cap people off, or sometimes even before you've capped people off, and you get them to like 80%, 85%, especially if there's other sources of healing going on, like a Moira orb bouncing around, chip heals that'll come from nades from your BAP, etc. Like, damage boost is that good on someone like Ashe that it's like, no, I want to be damage boosting you again. I don't care that you're at 85% life. Yes, you'll get to healing them eventually, but you start trying to time your healing when they're moving, or time their healing when they're reloading, etc. to get that last bit.
Mercy
Heal.
Bereitschaftsdienst.
Thanks.
Okay, you're still healing. Why are you still healing? Because you want to swap over and heal your Moira. I can live with it, but honestly, Moira's not even the heal target. Moira's in much less danger over here than your Zarya is over here. If you're going to heal anyone, it should be your Zarya, which I'd be okay with. Then you get your Moira up a little bit more, and then you swap back to the Ashe. So let's take a look here. Please heal your Zarya, not your Moira. Your Moira is in much less danger than your Zarya. And now you're just done. Okay, you're gonna heal Guardian Angel off past her, GA past her, GA past her. Why are you still here? You should already be out here damage boosting your Ashe. Like, you contribute nothing by being here. You're not gonna Guardian Angel over and save your Moira. It's not happening.
60 seconds remaining.
Powered up. We make a great team.
I get the idea.
Good.
Let's get you back out there.
Fine.
Schaden verstärkt.
Good. One boost, one boost. We did not need to be healing our Winston there, but whatever. Okay, you have two good targets here. Hopefully they'll spread out a little. Perfect! These guys are like giving you your choice. You can boost this way, you can boost this way, you can heal when he's, doesn't look like he's doing anything. Like, it's great. Do this. Why are you still on heal? Why are you still on heal? Why were you on heal that long? That is a long time to be staying on heal. Like, you aren't seeing things from his perspective. You don't know if an enemy is walking through a doorway that he's about to take a shot at. You shouldn't be defaulting to heal in dead time. You should be defaulting to boost. And you need to be more aware of this bar at the center of your screen. Like, you need to be more aware, even as you're looking at other stuff, you need to be more aware of this bar in the center of your screen. And the instant that it gets to full, you need to be swapping over to damage. You are very slow at that. You're losing like half a second. Yeah, about half a second pretty consistently of just overhealing there. Game Buster Zarya isn't in danger anymore. That's true. Yeah, that's not exactly how I recommend doing it, Namir, but that is the right concept. It should be you hold down right click and you sort of have to mentally tap to heal left click. Like you mentally, in fact, if you're holding down right click and then you tap left click while you're holding down right click, I think it will start healing. And then if you just let go of right click, I think it'll go back to if you then let go of left click, I think it'll go back to right click. I could be wrong on that, but I think that is how it works. Regardless, yes, basically you want to be heavy with the right click and light with the left click finger when working with people. It should be a conscious decision to right click people. It should be a little more, oh, I'm automatically right clicking my Ashe, McCree, Zari if she's higher energy, etc.
Don't let up. It's almost over.
My ultimate is ready. Now see what I can do. Just point me.
It's your Ashe. Unless your Ashe has shown herself to be a bad shot or something, it's your Ashe. Okay, your McCree's things are a little more interesting with your McCree. Your McCree just rolled, so we want to go check on that.
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
We didn't need to heal it. The Moira's right here. The Moira can't contribute anything and is right here. Keep boosting the Ashe.
10 seconds.
Okay, now we're gonna go, hey, maybe I try to go over here while I boost my McCree, because my McCree is better for fighting this Nano Blading Genji that's coming in here, because he's gonna flash and maybe headshot it, etc. So like, yes, we want to boost our McCree here, but just try to get around this corner as you do so. This was not the way to go. You were like building a chain for this Genji to go, oh, I get my eliminations and I go right through this way, etc. You wanted to interrupt more in this way. It would have kept your beam on your McCree. You can drop down here to remid up with your team. Like, this was not the direction to go. And did your McCree hit the flash? Oh, look, your McCree hit the flash and you're not boosting him. Feels bad. Feels very bad. And again, there was a perfectly safe place to do so over here, around the corner. There was no reason you couldn't have been beamed on your McCree while around the corner and then just drop if he continues to work his way through.
Get in there, Bob.
I don't think we need this. I don't hate it, but I don't think we need this. Like, yes, their support ult is better than ours, but our positioning is still meaningfully better than theirs, and we have our Bob out. Like, I don't think we need this Velt going.
Heroes never die.
You're not seriously left clicking right now, are you?
Damage boost engaged.
And now we're gonna right click Bob. Seriously? Right click on this, boosts our coalescence damage, boosts our Ashe, boosts our McCree. But you are right clicking on the Bob instead of right clicking on 3 good damage sources. Oh, come on. Come on. And now we're right clicking just this Zarya. Please. Please. You don't need Valk for this. You could have just Guardian Angeled up here if you just wanted to boost the Zarya. This is half of our Valk gone, and we haven't done anything of value with it yet. Still nothing of value. This isn't tethering. This isn't really a value either. I mean, we got a tiny moment of heals on our McCree here, but really we're just healing our Moira. Yeah, this is still just Moira heals. I'm waiting to I'm waiting to establish that we've got any value done with our Valk. Any. Nope, that's one person. And now that's one person as well. And our Valk is over. So that Valk didn't get anything done. Like, the only thing that Valk gave you was it increased your mobility a little bit. It did the I'm healing 3 people who don't need it at once. And then it did, maybe a smidgen of I'm healing 2 people for literally less than a second. Our McCree might have been missing 20, 30 health. We did just the Bob. We did just the Zarya. Again, these heals were by and large just on the Moira, and then we moved around a bit. So our Valk gave us better mobility there. That's not what we're generally using Valk for. We're generally using Valk to get the chain property, the chain damage booster, the chain healing. You don't want to be spending your entire Valk on single targets like that. You want to be spending your Valk. You had such a beautiful place with your Valk here to go, hey, I'm going to boost 3 people that are doing good damage into that. I don't care that there's a Rhine Shield. I get you are Valking the Zarya because you're like, hey, he can get right clicks over the Rhine Shield, etc. I promise that Rhine Shield was not a threat. Because if you boosted the Coalescence, that's going to go through the Rhine Shield. So, hey, already value. And you're going to shred the Rhine Shield because you're boosting your McCree and your Ashe, who are just going to shred it, etc. Like, that would have been better than the single boost Zarya, single healing or boosting on the Bob, all that good stuff. Okay. Bob appreciated that, Valk. This is over. No. You can't turn this fight with a res. You're just putting your res with... Yeah. Yeah, you just staggered your Ashe. Staggered your Ashe, gave the other team moral charge.
A speedy recovery.
And now have your res on cooldown if you wanted in the next 15-10 seconds. Let's rewatch this.
A speedy recovery. Damage amplified.
Okay. Your Moira's in less danger than your Winston, but I think you're just writing off your Winston as a lost cause at this case, which is disappointing because your Winston can close this angle anytime he wants. You're wrong to be writing off your Winston as a lost cause. Like, he literally just needs to go, and he's got a chance. And you putting 50 HPS on him could be the difference between him having the ability to go, or not. Okay, you can't res him. Not that they're going to let you. You're looking to get out. Why is this heal beam? Why is this heal beam? I know your Zarya is missing health. I don't care. Why is this heal beam? Okay, you didn't even look at your McCree for when he did step right up to see if you could boost him. Now he's been slept, but you don't know that? Yeah, now you're looking.
Your support has arrived.
Okay. Are we just gonna hop off or go to card?
I get damage increase.
No. I don't think you're getting out. I think you're wasting time. I'm right. Yeah, you shouldn't expect to get out there unless you have like super fast characters like Tracer, Ball, etc. to jump to. You should just go to cart or go off the edge.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't think I think I know what you're talking about, Plat, and I don't think we could have gotten around to get that res. I think that they would have guarded it, but maybe not. You know, people forget about corpses.
Peak performance levels.
Okay. Why are we damage boosting our Orisa, not our storm arrowing Hanzo?
Healing stream engaged.
No, why are we toggling heals like the Orisa was literally fine? Hey, look, the Hanzo that we could have been pocketing. Oh, look, the Ashe that we could have been pocketing.
This is not your time.
Okay. Right idea, but this is not working. Okay. So this is going to be rough, but you need to hard fix your priority list. Like, yes, we have the Valk issue, etc., but this is all downstream of you simply going, hey, I'm Mercy, I'm a healer. Not really. If you want to pick a healer, Pick Moira. If you want to pick a healer, pick Anna. Like, yes, Mercy has okay HPS. It's better than, what Zen does with Harmony Orb, things like that, etc. Mercy does okay healing, but she's really not that. She really is the, hey, I can super enable people. I can make my Pharah super good. I can make my Ashe super good. I can make my McCree super good. I can find high value things to damage boost. Like, oh, look, someone is at 70% health and my Zen is about to is about to let out a right click. I'm going to boost the right click. And then I'll go back to healing the person that's at 70% health. Oh, I have a McCree that's at 85, 90% health, I'm going to keep damage boosting them until they reload, unless there's someone actively looking at them that I'm worried about. Oh, now they're reloading, now I'll heal them, etc. Like, you really are looking at this and going, I'm looking for excuses to damage boost. You are looking to go, like, right now the way you're thinking about the game is I've got to heal people, and then when everything is done, I'll go ahead and damage boost, and you're pretty slow to actually toggle over to the damage boost. You regularly miss half a second, etc. I want you instead to change it to I am a damage boost bot, and sometimes I heal people. Like, I am a damage boost bot. I am looking to go, hey, what can I damage boost? What can I damage boost? Oh, this person is low. It really is time for me to heal them, etc. I want you to default to damage boost and switch to healing, not be a healer that switches to damage boost. Like, yes, you're going to get that ratio wrong and start letting people go down, etc., and you may lose some SR in the process, but you need to retrain your brain because you are way too heavy on the heal side right now. And part of it becomes, hey, it's hard to even make this work because you're hitting heals when you don't need to. That robs Moira, and therefore you miss damage boost opportunities. Like, it's even hard to be like, hey, you need to damage boost this, you need to damage boost this, because you're going and munching healing so early in fights that you don't need to. That then sort of leads you into this spiral of continuing to heal for the entire fight. You want that damage boost, especially early in the poke phase. Like, you really want to just change your priority matrix, and then with those Valks, remember, we've got to be getting chain value. We have to be getting chain value. If one person is missing 30% of their life, or there's 3 people that I can damage boost, I want to damage boost the 3 people. I don't want to go heal the one person that's missing 30% of their life unless their position is really super compromised and I can really be the difference maker, etc., which was not the case with your Moira. Okay. Let's see what we can do here.
Clearing the area.
I mean, if you want a less abstract thing than that, if you want more concrete feedback, the more concrete, easy to understand feedback is you after healing someone up, it's taking you half a second to swap over to damage boost, and that is way too long if you want the more concrete version of that. But honestly, this is a mindset thing, and I want you to swap your mindset to I'm defaulting to right clicks, and I'll apply heals when it makes sense. I'll default to right clicks on high value characters like Ashe, like Pharah, etc., and I'll switch to left clicks when I have to, etc. Huh. I hear you, Game Buster, and yet,
It is not my preference.
like, she's not the worst for healing either, don't get me wrong.
I will see them done.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Our foes make such a nuisance of themselves.
Is that an emotion I detect, Lacroix?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, no, blah. Moira can't heal because Moira only gets run when you have Echo, Pharah, Ball, and Winston and Lucio, and someone else, so that there's no targets that Moira can actually get to and heal. That's the only time she gets run. Remember? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Attackers incoming.
For the assist.
Escort the
Mercy
field.
und Bereitschaftsdienst.
Okay, now that we have a Pharah that encourages us to hard pocket even more than Ashe,
Damage
let's see if
boost
this
engaged.
changes. No. Okay. Mm-hmm. Swap to heals, it's fine.
Ich bin da.
Pharah is someone that you want to keep topped up. She will take heavy hit scan pressure, so she is someone that you want to keep topped up and then toggle back. Okay. Okay. This is annoying because I just said, hey, there's times you want to do this, etc. But again, when you're playing Farah versus hit scan, especially hit scan like Soldier or McCree who tend to chip her down, it is worth it generally to bring her capped back up to heal her, etc. So do heal her back up. Do heal her back up. Do heal her back up. And now we immediately switch back. Good. Good. That was a faster switch back than you've generally been doing. I'm not sure why you're staring at the ground so much. Like, you can see plenty when you're Mercy. You don't need to just, like, look at the ground. I think what's probably going on is making sure you maintain tether to her and maintain appropriate distance so that you can Guardian Angel is taking too much of your brain power. That gets easier as you pocket Pharaohs more. Because, like, there's no reason you have to be staring at the ground. You can look, hey, is there something here? Hey, is there something here? Hey, do I want to get a little bit closer to her so that if she goes around a corner, I can still Guardian Angel to her so that I can adjust, etc.? Do I want to step here and crouch? Do I want to step here where I have cover and crouch, etc.?
You needed a doctor?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fine.
You should be at
Good.
peak
These are
performance
faster
level.
swaps. When you are fully dedicating to pocketing one person, you seem to have faster swaps. That's good. You can't do that to her. I get why you think you can do that, but you can't actually do that
You
to her.
should be at peak performance
So she thinks she has a pocket. This is very aggressive positioning that your Pharaoh is taken. I don't like how aggressive this positioning that your Pharaoh is taken is, but take a look at this positioning. Like, your Pharaoh is right here. She has no aerial cover available, but she has a pocket, so she's going to do it. And if, this is very aggressive positioning, it's going to let her do a lot of work, this positioning right here. Don't get me wrong. This feels like, hey, this is dangerous, but it is very high reward if she can hold this positioning, and she has a pocket, so she thinks she can. You swapping to your ball here, when she's out just floating here without any aerial cover available to her, she's made it a little better by being over here, is really dangerous to her. Like, your ball is not expecting help, or maybe they are, but they're wrong. Your Pharah, this is the sort of thing that gets your Pharah insta-gibbed, etc. Now, maybe you know exactly where the soldier is. Hint, the soldier is a threat to your Pharah right now. But, like, when your Pharah takes super aggressive positioning like this, you can't let go of the pocket on her. This is a complaint that Pharah players will have, and they are right to have it. Like, they are taking more aggressive positioning because they have a pocket, because they expect that constant source of healing, damage, etc. And if you leave them, especially if you leave them when they don't have cooldowns to get out, because you're like, oh no, I want to go do this thing. If you don't communicate that you're leaving them and really pre-communicate that you're leaving them, they're going to get upset, and they're going to be right to be upset. Like, this soldier's choosing to shoot at you, not your Pharah, but you see how your Pharah can't really get to cover quickly. Like, she's counting on her ability to frag out, and that significantly went down when she lost her Mercy pocket. So you have to be aware of the position when you're pocketing people that are counting on that pocket. And you have conditioned this Pharah for the last 45 seconds, 47 seconds, that you are pocketing her. So you now leaving when she's not in a place that she has cover, it's totally fine. If she's like right here or right here, and you go, hey, I'm doing something else for a second, she gets it. She's not going to complain, etc. Or if she does, she's, a fool. But, like, you have to understand that this is aggressive positioning that your pocketed person has taken because they have their pocket. And if they go down here, it's your fault, not theirs. Whereas if the ball goes down, that was the ball's fault the whole time. And, it's not just a fault thing, it's like a how to actually win type thing. Like, your Pharah's going to stop taking that positioning if you leave her out to dry, like you just did here. And if she stops taking that positioning, she's not going to be getting enough done to justify the pocket in some situations. Whereas your ball, turns out, does have a BAP right here that can heal him, that can probably immortality field him. The ball itself can tether itself out pretty quickly. Like, this was dangerous.
Healing stream engaged.
Thanks.
Yeah, you've just broken your bond of trust with this Pharah. Let's see if it holds.
Right beside you.
Has cooldowns at least, but I don't love it. I don't love breaking to heal your Winston who's not in any danger here. Your Winston is behind cover. You have a BAP. who's a better tank healer than you anyways. I still want you on your Pharah.
I'm taking care of it.
You have my thanks.
No. Okay, so the bond is broken. You're not pocketing your Pharah anymore. Um, and I can tell you that's wrong.
Heroes never die.
Yeah. So if we look at this, look at your Pharah who's like, hey, I have a pocket. I can do this kind of stuff, right? And they should be able to. You should Guardian Angel up to this, cancel it about here, try to be drifting over here, try to be drifting over here where you have partial cover, etc. This should be a fine place for your Pharah to be. But remember, your Pharah used a cooldown to go in here. They don't have any cooldowns, and they're above, and this is an aggressive position, but they can do a lot of work from here. Your Pharah can just be like, I am going to decimate you guys with a different angle than my team has, etc., and it's going to be great, and my Mercy has a reasonable place that she can play from, etc. So, like, this was a legit move from your Pharah for a Pharah that has a pocket. But this Pharah suddenly doesn't have a pocket. So now they are feeding. But they are not really the one who's feeding here. You are feeding on their behalf.
Heroes never die.
Transitive property of feeding. It's your fault the Pharaoh's stuck there.
Let me get you patched up.
It should.
This is not the end.
Heal beam. Heal beam.
Amplified.
No. Heal beam. Missile Barrage does plenty of damage. So the general solution for Missile Barrage is, hey, Missile Barrage damage boosting it will make it do more damage, but that doesn't actually get you the eliminations meaningfully faster because because the amount of time Missile Barrage takes to get damage isn't really, hey, I need my rockets to do more damage. It's I need my rockets because they're kind of slow projectiles to get from Pharah to the target. And damage boost doesn't make them get there faster. It's the, hey, we fire a bajillion rockets, but once the first rocket gets there, the rest get there pretty quickly too, and the target goes down. So we don't really need them to go, hey, how shall I put this? We don't need to make it so that the time between when this rocket gets here and this rocket gets here, which is when they're eliminated, is faster, because the real thing that we're waiting on is this time, and we can't make this time go faster. So what we end up wanting to do, since we can't make this time go faster, the travel time of the rockets, we want to be healing her. Like, Missile Barrage does plenty of damage. Damage boosting doesn't make them get there faster. Barrage does plenty of damage once the rockets actually do get there, so we want to heal to try to keep our Pharah up better so that she can acquire more targets, etc., etc. General rule for Missile Barrage. Oh, Gamebuster had a question. Don't do it if the other healer is Zen or Lucio. I don't necessarily agree with that, blah. I would say you don't want to run Mercy Lucio, period, these days. There was one comp ages ago that did that, but you generally don't want to be doing that. The thing that I would say is if you're running Mercy Zen, you can pocket, but your team has to be aware that you're pocketing. And that's fine. Like, yes, just Zen as a healer for 3 other people is not a lot of healing to go around, but you can do it. You can play the meta composition was Echo, Zen, Tracer, Ball, Sigma in the last thing, and I actually just did a video on sort of the new version of that that's getting run with a diva that you guys can check out. But like the point of that team is to be very self-sufficient, very low heal requirements. It even requires your off tank to play in a way that they don't soak much heals, so they contribute less than usual, but you're so interested in them soaking less support that you do it so that your Mercy can be boosting the Echo or swapping over and boosting the Ashe, etc. And you go, yep, health packs and Zen orbs are going to have to be enough. Teams can totally play like that. you can, and you know, your mercy is not going, oh, let me heal up my Sigma or my Diva or whatever, or let me go heal up my Bolt, except between fights. Your mercy really is primarily there to pocket your Echo or to come back and, you know, obviously she'll leave to go peel for your Zen, to heal up your Zen, etc. if your Zen is under hard pressure in a lot of situations, but it's totally enough if your team understands how it works, and the way it works is hyper offensive. Like, yes, there's not much healing, but there's a discord and a damage boost. So you're winning really fast because you just blow stuff up, so your lower sustain doesn't matter. The drink of disappointment. Okay.
Ah, the wonders of modern medicine. I'm here. I'm taking care of you.
But yes, at lower levels where, hey, your team is simply incapable of taking less damage, yes, you're going to pocket people less often, less hard, etc. But if you have a Pharah, you're still going to pocket them. If you have an Ashe, you're going to pocket them pretty hard. If you have a Widow, you can consider pocketing them. If your partner is a Zen. If your partner is a BAP, you're absolutely in damage boost mode all the time, etc.
Thanks for this.
Because, you know, BAP heals plenty. Okay, you can heal this a little, but you're going to swap to your Pharah probably when you get this to half, right? Yeah, so you could have swapped this early. You didn't need to heal that all the way up. I don't mind that you healed it all the way up, but I would have preferred you to be back on this. Technically, you kind of want to spend your Guardian Angel after the Genji has spent dash, but it's micro. We'll get into it. We don't have to get into it, rather.
A speedy recovery. Damage amplified.
No one can hide from my sight.
No. Keep boosting the Pharah. The reason I say that is I get what you're thinking here. Hey, I want to damage boost the Widow. Damage boosting Widows is good. Damage boosting Widows is good because Widows who know what they're doing know how much a damage boost gives them and can take their shot before it's charged up to 100% here. And you're thinking, oh, we have sights. I want to be boosting Widow during sights, etc. That's more value than the Pharah. I understand it, but this Widow had been zoomed in long enough, and I could tell that they'd been zoomed in long enough, and you should have been able to tell that they'd been zoomed in long enough, that this shot was already charged up to 100%. And I don't know when they're going to take this shot, so me being here so they can take follow-up shots faster probably isn't as good as continuing to enable my Pharah. Widow's a fine target to be damage boosting, to be pocketing, etc., but this shot was already charged up, and Pharah really also likes a pocket, so let's do that instead. If you didn't have a Pharah, fine. If that Widow was just pulling up her weapon to scope, fine. But that weapon had been scoped. That shot was clearly charged. Oh, I'm on the wrong hero.
Damage boost engaged.
Slow on that transition to damage.
Healing stream engaged.
Do you see where your Pharah just went? Do you see where your Pharah just went there? Thank you. Again, your Pharah went here at something, and that was honestly a bad idea with the soldier right there, but they did it. Like, we can't be leaving them hanging.
Ich kümmere mich um dich.
60 seconds remaining.
That's fine.
The payload
Again, between fights like this, or when you're in total cleanup phase, yeah, absolutely. Go heal other people up.
Right beside you.
Enemy contact.
You're just going to crush this with Valk, right? Good.
You've got this.
Good.
I'm taking care of maximum thanks. You should be at peak performance levels.
A little slow on the transition back. Not sure why you toggled to heal there at all. I mean, I know you could hear Soldier's weapon, but that doesn't mean they're hitting shots, and it doesn't even mean they're shooting at Jafera.
My ultimate is ready.
Where does it
Okay.
hurt?
Farah's full. And now you're on damage. It's pretty long.
Thanks for the assist.
And remember, you can see it on the center of your screen. So I actually don't get why it's taking so long, because you're kind of just looking down at the ground. I know you're looking down at the ground so that you can see your allies and sort of see, hey, which of them are in combat, which of them are missing any health. You can't tell how much they're missing, but which of them are missing any health. I sort of get that that's your distraction, but you're not like looking for flankers or anything like this. This is a thing that you need to be able to multi-attention span, multi-pay attention, etc., well enough to know when this is here. And, if that's a hard skill, I get it. That's a hard skill. That for some people it is. That's fine. Everyone has different skills that are harder for them. But this is something that we need to work on, because these switches are slow, and there's not really a reason for these switches to be slow when there's nothing super interesting going on your screen. You're not figuring out like, oh shoot, I have to hit this super jump at the same time, or oh shoot, I'm being shot at, I'm actively trying to dodge soldier shots, etc., while doing this. Like, it gets more complicated, and I'd be more forgiving of you over being on healing if you were doing something else complicated, like I'm trying to hit a super jump, I'm trying to dodge incoming damage, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to, control my fall, I'm trying to get to the right place with GAs, etc. But you're mostly just looking around, and you looking around, yes, you have to be able to look at two things at once. You have to be able to see when did this cap, and where are my allies that I'm sort of keeping an eye on, etc. You're not doing anything complicated enough to warrant the slowness here. Hey Joey, yep, Scarf's here. Have fun, Game Buster. And hey, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sabanert. Sorry, I don't know how to fit a J in there.
Let me get you patched up.
Thank you. I go.
Okay. We probably could have just won this with Valk ages ago, but okay. And now we don't have to. And now we have to. And now we can't. Yeah, too late.
Rocket barrage incoming.
I'm taking care.
It's a bad barrage. I don't mind that you went over to heal up the ball there, because you guys should have been thinking that this fight was over, etc. Like, you should have been thinking, hey, we're between fights, we're just trying to sort of hold position.
Heroes never die.
It could work.
I'm with you.
Let them up.
No one can hide from my sight.
Let's get you back out there.
Okay. Again, this Valk didn't get a lot done, but I'm going to be somewhat more forgiving of it than some of the other Valks. This was a close fight when you popped it. You could have GA'd out to your ball. You had that option. Nice! Nice! Hey, Alice. Okay. We've got...
You should be at peak performance level.
Close the angle. Good.
60 seconds.
You needed a doctor?
Nope. You're not gonna get it. Slow in the swap to your Ana.
The payload.
Nope, you're not gonna get the res.
Damage boost engaged.
Now see what I can do.
We're sort of in the, hey, you should be the one watching flanks territory here. We covered this at the beginning of the game. Remember, you can be looking this way while using your staff in the other direction. It's great.
Let's get you back out there. Powered up.
Slow swap to damage boost.
I am empowered.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay, you might have to Valk for rotation here. Like, it sucks, but A, it's the end of the game, and B, this is a hard spot to push through.
Where does it hurt?
Good.
Heroes never die.
Are we actually going to get Valk value, though, or are we just going to do one person at a time?
This is not the end.
Okay.
I'm taking care of you.
10 seconds remaining.
Enemy squad B.
Some. We did a touch of damage boost there. Can we go back to damage boost, please? Back to damage boost, please. Back to our 3-person damage boost. Zarya is your target. Zarya will let you chain to both of them.
I go.
You shouldn't have been close enough. You literally shouldn't be close enough to get caught in grabs that are meant for your tanks. Like, you could have targeted your Zarya from plenty far enough back. You could have hopped up here. But hey.
Go.
Yeah, you should never have been caught in that.
Healing enough.
Valkyrie online.
I am moving
Okay.
the phalanx. Fall in with me.
The payload has reached.
Team got it. Good.
Where does it hurt?
Fine. Let's play with our Pharaoh.
Not waste this opportunity.
Right beside you.
It's fine. You do potentially want to take the occasional check over here of, hey, is something coming through here? Now, there's not really any threats that can do so on the other team other than the Widow doing something silly, but usually you'd be like, hey, is there a Genji coming over, etc.
Stream engaged. Powered up.
Walk it off.
60 seconds remaining.
Not sure why you're still on heal. Doesn't super matter because she doesn't have a sight line. But again, you looking at your team like this, if you're not executing anything, can't be a good enough excuse for you to be slow on this swap.
You needed a doctor?
Oh, you're leaving. Okay. Fine.
You have my thanks.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll get soldiered.
They're all over me.
Res doesn't help here. You're down 2.
Ich bin da.
That's fine. That was the right play.
A clean bill of... We need to
30
keep the
seconds
payloads moving
remaining.
forward.
Time to wait. Attack now.
Let's get you back out there.
Fire at will.
Remaining.
I've got you.
They are double hit scan now, so you do have to be hyper aware of where those are playing from. It makes it very hard for you to have good enough cover, and it is probably time for your Pharaoh to swap, but that's okay. Again, this is a very common place. I don't know if this was as far as your shift could have taken you, or if you stopped your shift so that you could get some healing on your Reinhardt. If this, that was a mistake, because again, this is a likely place for them to be. This is where the Widow is. You desperately wanted to get back here to cut yourself off from the Widow, and then you want to be able to swing to cut yourself off from this, because if they have double hit scan, one of them is going to be here.
Barrage incoming.
Overtime.
I must go where I'm needed.
Soldier 76
That
reporting.
is
The payload is
Escorting
approaching
the
its
payload.
destination.
You needed a doctor?
Okay. Why are we healing that? I was fine with healing the squishy. Why are we healing this Reinhardt that is missing 40 health rather than boosting, say, our Hanzo to finish the map? Okay.
Round 2 complete.
Reinhardt, I must say.
too far.
Ready for battle.
I believe. I believe.
One.
Okay, what do we have? We have a Torb and a Widow, so Widow's our best friend now. Widow's our best friend.
Keep an eye on your head and call for me if
She's
you need
healed.
assistance.
Swap, swap, swap to damage. Swap to damage.
Boost engaged.
Too slow.
Let's get you back out there.
Back to, okay, you can stay. Back to Widow. Oh, and now we have a Pharaoh again. Okay.
I've got you.
Time to raise my ATM.
Damage increase.
Round the corner.
30 seconds.
Meaning this
remaining.
corner. Yeah, exactly.
Where does it hurt?
Oh, I do not like this. I do not like this at all. There's nowhere for you to go from here. Go see if your Widow is less interested in getting herself eliminated than your team. She is, so please go with your Widow. You should just refuse to go through here. Like, Mercy is not good in brawl comps, and you don't actually have a brawl comp even though you have a Ryan Zarya because you have a Pharaoh Widow. Mercy is not good in brawl comps. There's a reason you never saw Mercy goats, for example. That, you know, like, Mercy just doesn't have anywhere to go, and it makes her very bad if she doesn't have anywhere to go. Her self-sustain isn't good enough without her being able to move far away to give her health regen a chance to kick in, etc. So, like, you're effectively forcing yourself into a brawl comp by being down here because the terrain forces this to be a brawl, etc. So even with your Pharaoh down here, I'd say, nope, I'm going with my Widow through here, etc. Because there's just nowhere for you to go down here.
Damage amplified.
Yeah, now your Pharaoh's up there too. And now you're stuck and you have nowhere to go if your team gets run into, either dove or brawled.
I require healing.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good?
10 seconds remaining.
Press the attack.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Why are you drifting down in the center of their screen rather than like to the left or something? Like I don't like that you dropped right onto card here. This is a sight line, obviously.
Overtime.
I'm here.
Huh.
Let me get you patched up.
Okay. Not sure why you're on heal still. That was a little harder. That's what I was talking about, where you're executing something and you're trying to aim it, and so most of your mental focus is on making sure you end up here, because if you don't, it is very dangerous to you. So I'm a little more forgiving, but you shouldn't still be on heals.
Damage increase. I could use some assistance.
You better survive long enough to get Valk here. Good. Okay, where'd your Widow go down? Over there. Can't res it. Unfortunate. Let's take a look. Can we get into the micro here? Soon as you see that flash, you technically swap to heals. You should be on heals now. But you were pretty fast on that swap, so I'm going to forgive it. Though it looks like you swapped back to damage for an instant there.
Powered up.
It's not going to matter, but it's just like, wait, what? Let me slow that down. That's heals. That's heals. That's heals. Okay. The blue was just the Pharaoh going down. Okay, that's fine then. Why did you drop that way? Like, you don't drop this way. You close the angle like that, and then you have access to your team over here. That was weird.
I'm taking care of you.
I don't love it.
We still need you.
I don't think your team had that well enough protected. I know your team was right here, but they didn't have the angle controls. But maybe if you communicated that you were rezzing and your Zarya was looking at you and had bubble ready, if that McCree popped, maybe that was fine.
Contact.
Let me rephrase that. If you communicated that to your tanks, that was fine, is what I'm trying to say. I just don't know if communication is happening.
My ultimate is ready.
You needed a doctor?
Okay, Anna's taking a shot at you. You're immediately going to close the angle. No, why are you reopening this? There's a soldier and an Anna shooting at you.
I need healing. Thanks.
you have to Valk this.
Heroes never die. Helden sterben nicht. I'm taking care of you.
Damage, damage, damage.
Deine Hexe ist da.
Damage, damage. I'm still okay with you doing damage. You have an Anna on the board, and that person still has more than half health.
Stop now.
Shift down immediately to your Rhine. Okay. Okay, fine. We'll do it this way.
Let's get you back out. I am operating at peak performance levels.
Do I consider Pharah a hero with low value if you're not also running Mercy? Mostly, yes. Echo's just a better hero at this point and can accomplish almost all of the same things Pharah can. Like, Pharah is only a little better at the one niche that Pharah does better than Echo, and Echo is so much more versatile while not being much worse at that niche. It's like, oh, but, Pharah can puke explosive damage into tanks, etc., etc. Well, so can Mines, but Echo's also got a lot more precision available with her flight, with her accuracy on other targets, with, a better ult. Like, yeah. I think Pharah suffers from being released, in the original batch of heroes, which, unfortunately is a setback compared to newer or more recently reworked heroes. But in terms of Pharah's ability to run, like, Pharah can be run without a Mercy, but she needs something. She doesn't have enough mobility in the sky to not have some help, be that a Mercy, preferably a Harmony Orb, at least that's something, etc. Like, she does need some amount of relatively predictable sustained healing because her mobility is just not good enough otherwise.
Damage amplified.
I will not waste this opportunity.
I've got you.
Thank
Mhm. Damage. Why is the rocket going out and we don't already have damage up?
You needed a doctor?
What? What? Why are we on? He's nanoed. I promise he's fine. Oh boy.
no one.
I don't need to point out that you could have been healing the Pharah from here. Probably wouldn't have been the difference. Might have been the difference. Definitely better than healing your nano boosted full health Rhine.
I could use some assistance.
Yep. Good rest.
The battle continues. Let me get you patched up.
That Pharah's full. Please damage boost it.
I'm taking care of you.
No. No. Let Anna heal Zarya. You heal Anna if she takes damage, or you boost Pharah. You don't need to heal a 80% Zarya. Your Anna can do that. Don't have to. Your Pharah's disappearing. Your Pharah's disappearing. She's gonna need your help.
Damage increase. Heroes never
Fine.
die.
Damage. Damage boost is how we finish this. With damage. Damage. Your Pharah's at 80, or your Zarya's at 80% health, and neither of them are missing anything. This is not Valk. This is you equivalent to single healing the Zarya, and who's at 80% and has Anna looking at her again. Damage boost. Damage boost. Okay, go help Anna.
You should be at peak performance level.
Now you damage boost. Seriously? You're trolling me. You are.
Hero stream engaged.
Swap back to damage. You did need to angle over here when that soldier came out because you didn't have good line of sight. And yes, I know the cart, but you have your Zarya and now Rhine on cart.
This is not your time.
Yeah, I didn't love you on cart here. Like, you have plenty of people on cart. I wanted you over here. It gave you, hey, I can go there, I can see these people, I can go here, I can see these people. It gave you some mobility. Here you have 0 mobility. Here you can go, I can wait here, I can jump back to cart, I can jump back to that person. Like, it was much better.
Reinhardt, where would you be without me?
Okay, I hope you don't stay on this Rhine very long. I hope you pretty much immediately switch over to your Anna. Good.
I'm fire.
Mm-hmm. Please get behind the cart again. What are you doing? Okay, over. Okay, we're getting there. We still are like allergic to doing the damage boost during our Valks, which is concerning to me. Again, I want us in general to sort of have this mindset when we're playing regular Mercy of right click is the automatic thing, and it takes mental energy. Like, it's an active decision to heal. Heal is not the default, right click is the default, and heal is an active decision. I actually think that is going to give you the most help of any advice I can give you. The other thing that I'm going to say is when you're pocketing people, you do have to understand, hey, it's a pocket, etc., etc. You're a little slow on the transitions in general between left and right. Again, I'm hoping that what we said did that, but I'm especially interested in you need to be working on speeding up those transitions when you are not really doing anything else. When the only other thing you're doing is looking around, etc., you need to be seeing that health bar in the center of your screen pretty easily and being like, the instant that this is full, I have no problem switching over, like easily switching over to damage, etc. Again, more forgiveness when you're doing other stuff, but looking around is not other stuff. Other stuff is, you know, I'm actively dodging, I'm trying to super jump, I'm trying to make sure I glide just right, etc. Yeah, no, that was very good for a 1 minute push. That they could easily win it off of that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Still with you.
Stop the payload.
I'm with you.
Okay. Don't lose track of your Pharah.
Healing stream
Good.
engaged.
Thanks for the assist.
Who's your healing partner? An Anna? Where is your Anna? Okay. I hope you don't stay on this Rhine very long.
Oh! Ich bin da.
Excuse me? You're that worried about the soldier, and I get it, but it's just, we do not. This car wash is going to be the downfall of.
Where does it hurt?
Back to the fair. You have an Anna.
Peak performance levels.
I promise Rhine is fine. Heal and boost the Pharah.
60 seconds
Let
remaining.
me get you
Okay.
patched up.
Rhine wasn't fine. I still don't care. Boost the Pharah.
Enemy. My ultimate is charged. Thank you.
I've got you. You needed a doctor? Damage increase.
Okay.
He's almost ready.
They nanoed? Okay. Fine. And you guys don't get another hold. Okay. Again, those car washes are really, really dangerous. It's compromising you from getting the actual good hold, which is right here. But hey, that's a whole team thing, not just a you thing.
Damage was engaged.
Doesn't do anything.
Let's get you back in the fight. Don't go out. It's almost over.
Clearing the area. Thanks.
mean, that barrage ready means that your Pharah is about to go do something that is very dangerous for their own life, so I really hope you're paying attention to them. I also hope your team understands that it means that we're committing whether we think it's a good idea or not.
Let me get you patched up. Thank you.
10 seconds
Where's your Pharah?
remaining.
How are they doing? Yeah? I heard them take damage.
Get cleared. Thanks.
Why are we healing a 95% healed Rhine? Please damage boost our Pharah, or even our Zarya, or our McCree.
You
Please?
needed a doctor?
No! 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 Okay, so you only need to stop them once, and it's 0.7 seconds left. We probably should have Valked a good second ago, good second and a half ago. We could still Valk now.
Heroes never die.
Okay. Damage boost. That is not damage boost. Damage boost on this Zarya. It's at least going to chain to the McCree. It'll probably chain to the Yenna. It may chain to the Reinhardt. Actually, if it's chaining from the Rhine to the Zarya, yes, damage boost on the Zarya will chain to at least, we'll get at least 3 people. Please damage boost this. If you're going, hey, no, I'm just healing this until the Yenna's alive, that's fine. I would still prefer that your heal is targeted on the Zarya, not the Rhine. Your Anna is now alive. We do not need to hard heal this. We do not need to hard heal this. If we are hard healing this, at least we're getting 3 people with it. Ugh.
Healing stream engaged.
Okay. I'm not hugely a fan of just the 1-person boost onto our Pharah with our Valkyr, or 1-person heal, but hey. Toggle back. Toggle back. It's over anyways. Toggle back and heal your Pharah. I promise. Good. 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 Well done. Okay, so let's do this, and then we'll go over big concepts. Where's that grab shot? That would be good. Okay, so again, we're going to limit this to a couple things for you to work on. I really think the biggest thing for your gameplay is going to be, hey, we're not healing 95% full tanks, we're not healing 80% full tanks, etc. Our default is to damage boost, and we consciously switch from right clicking to left clicking, and then if we're like distracted, if we're doing other things, if we're guardian angeling, etc., we're back automatically on right clicks. Like right clicks are our default, and we swap to left clicks as a conscious effort. That is going to be the biggest help for you, etc. That said, as a separate issue, I do need more attention paid to when people cap up on health, etc., while you're not really doing other things. You're not seriously doing other things. Like the switchovers in both directions, whichever direction we're going, are going to have to be faster. Like you spend a lot of time compared to Mercies at this rank, honestly, but definitely compared to Mercies at even 1 rank higher, you spend a lot of time where you've gotten someone full and then you go swap over. And you need to be able to do the same thing the other direction quickly too, of hey, the person is doing for this, so let me switch targets, or the person is reloading, so let me go ahead and heal that Reinhardt from 95 to 100, etc. Whatever it's going to be. So please do that. I'm also going to want you to understand pockets better. Like you just have to understand your Pharah is taking stupid aggressive position, and there was a lot of pocket potential in this game, and you only fulfilled some of it. So you have to understand if your Pharah thinks you're pocketing them, they are going to take more aggressive positions. You are going to get Pharahs a fair amount when you pick Mercy, and they are going to expect you to pocket them at least to start the match. So I would recommend you do so until they show you they're incompetent. If they show you they're incompetent, you might go, nope, I'm intentionally not going to pocket you to try to get you to switch. That's up to you. But don't do this like I'm halvesy paying attention to you thing with them unless it's been established that that's what you're doing. If it's been established that you're doing the no, I'm working with the whole team, etc., and I'll boost you sometimes, that'll change how they'll play. They'll play more passive, etc. But like They get a lot of value from a pocket. If you do look like you're pocketing them, you can't then betray them without telling them. Like you can't. It will cause them to feed, and it's not their fault, and it will lose you matches. Okay, we're gonna call it that. Again, this is this is mostly a hey, you need to damage boost more, but this is mostly an understanding like hey, damage boost on Ashe is very good, damage boost on McCree is very good, damage boost on Pharah is very good. Those things, and it's very good. Like it's much more attractive than healing up your 95% Reinhardt, your 80% Zarya that your Anna is looking at, etc. Like I really want to get those out of your system. When you have a BAP, when you have an Anna, they're definitely going to take care of the tanks. If you need to help get a tank up out of critical, fine, live with it. But then once they're up out of critical, let them continue healing while you're boosting someone else. And we could talk about the Valks, but I think once you understand how good damage boost is, your Valks will make themselves better. So it's a downstream issue. Okay, if there's any questions, throw them up in chat now. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that really does help me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. And through there, you can see what my rates look like, join the community, see what sort of cool stuff we have going on, promos, events, all sorts of cool stuff as we continue to grow here. And I am going to be doing another one of these right after, I think. So do I have any question? If I take a drink, the fight is over. Lots of hellos. Good to have you all here. 5 volts, almost bingo. And yeah, I agree. Plat was a good push. Okay. I will be back in a minute or two. You'll have to check the channel for the new thing if you're not in the Discord. If you want to see the link to the new stream, it'll be in the Discord in the streaming live channel, and you can actually get instant notifications as opposed to the slow YouTube notifications if you join the Discord and click for the watcher role there. But I'll be back in just a couple minutes with another review. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.